Hello everyone, welcome to Oasis Healing Temple. My name is Brandi. Thank you all for joining me today. Today's reading is going to be about what's next for you, where are you at on the path, and what's going to be coming ahead in the near future. So we have 3 piles to choose from. You have card number 1. I had to cover it up with a stone because this beautiful goddess is in her divine beauty. For the crystal, we have Ibis, Jasper. For pile number 2, we have this card with Petrified wood. For pile number 3, we have this card with Rhodochrosite. Pause the video if you need more time to meditate. The timestamps will be located in the description box below, and I'll see you all at your readings. Welcome pile number 1. So you were drawn to the beautiful goddess and her divine beauty. And this is the integrity card. Okay, so let's get in. Let's see what the other cards want to say. Put those together. So Ibis Jasper is a crystal of wisdom. It's connected to Thoth, the god of wisdom and learning and ancient mystery teachings. So with the integrity, I feel like this is definitely connecting to, and we have the owl here, your wisdom and what you've learned, and being comfortable in your own skin and who you are. Yeah, we have this fierce cheetah here, the empowerment of the divine masculine. I feel like some of you have a strong sense of self. Like I said, connection to who you are. We also have this golden apple here. All right, so let's see what your other cards say. We have house mouse. You know the things you are capable of, but are you confident in learning? Oh, and leaning into that belief. Ooh, okay, definitely being comfortable in your own skin. Learning to feel that sense of self-worth, self-love, self-confidence. We have card number 27, a 9. So you may be coming out of an old version of self and stepping into a more true, authentic version of who you are. Aquarius, number 4. All are capable of dreaming, but it is those who surrender to vision who are visionaries. Ooh, so we have, yeah, this wisdom coming through. Our crown chakra is very activated here, very open, strong sense of self, connection to higher self, connection to the mysteries here. 4 is about solid foundation, the structure, stability, grounding. It's also about hard work. You know the things that you're capable of, but are you confident in leaning into that belief? So you're definitely being asked to trust in your knowledge, trust in what you know. I feel like some of you are meant to share your healing with the world, but it requires you to be confident in yourself and being more vulnerable in sharing your wisdom and having the courage to do so. Okay, let's see what else. We have there and now. Ooh, okay, so we have the past and the future, and this opportunity here, you're being invited to step into, to go through this doorway. See how she has this, it looks like a little fairy. She's sitting here with her little flag. You are here, it says. Oh, you've made it. Yeah, I feel like some of you have been doing the work. You've been healing. You've been shifting. You've been growing, changing, becoming your true self. And you've made it here to the present moment. And there's this door, this opportunity that's opening up for you. Here we go. You're grounded in the present moment. You're being, if this is something that you're still going through, you're going to get here, okay? Through the cleansing, through the healing, through the shifting, the changing of the cycles of who you are, moving out of one phase of being into another aspect of who you are, your more true, authentic version of yourself. We have card number 5 with changings and shifting. Having that safe, have you been like doing the inner child healing work, healing the inner child? Because that's what's bringing you here into the present moment. You're no longer looking towards the past, or worried about the future. It's about being grounded here in the present moment. Yeah, at the end of the cycle and stepping onto this new path, this new journey, the here and now moment where we have the ability to create from that space, to create in the now. That is our most powerful place, where we are the most connected, the most tuned in to our divine selves, to the divine in general. And we have these candles. I'm counting 4 candles. Have some of you been doing ritual work? Have you been working with the moon cycles? You have a lot of wisdom. I feel like you're meant to be sharing that wisdom. And we have passion, rise up high, inflame my purpose, reach the sky. Card number 11. Make sure I don't have to cover that up. Ooh, and we have sensuality, your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. Card number 21. This is, I'm getting the heart chakra coming through a lot. Yeah, the healing of the inner child. You've been doing a lot of work on healing that. I feel like you've healed the masculine and the feminine energies within your own being. Your heart and mind are now on the same page, which is what's making your inner child feel safe so that you can be more in touch with the present moment. And you've freed yourself from something in the past, freed yourself from an old aspect of being, and it's allowing your inner child to feel safe, to feel free, to laugh, to play, to enjoy life now, to just enjoy this moment. Yeah, your guides are wanting you to be, to enjoy, to look over all the hard work that you put in. And it's time for you to just enjoy life, to make time to dance, to play, do some things that you're passionate about, spending more time strengthening that frequency, that vibration, that connection to that inner child there. And we have 2, 3, one right after the other. That partnership, creation, abundance, expansion. We have illumination, beautiful. That's like the sun card coming through. And see how we have this doorway here. This is also connection to the inner child. We have sadness, faith, and confidence, beautiful. We have the fears, and then we have sabotage and control. Okay, so let's go ahead and bump you guys up. All right, so in the shifting, there's some things that you may have had to let go. There's maybe some fears that you've had to face, conflicts, old issues, old patterns of overthinking, trust issues, and I feel like, yeah, you have been doing a lot of work and creating those internal shifts. I feel like you have gone within and done a lot of shadow work. You've faced your fears. But can we have these cycles again, the moon cycles shifting, You're being asked to have faith, to be confident. This old, yeah, you could be in that phase where things are falling away now. And so there may be a little bit of fear. There may be a little bit of sadness, which is normal and natural, because anytime, you know, it's like a death. It's the loss of something, the end of something old, so that something new can be born, can be transformed and healed, and then integrated. You know, it's, ooh, okay, so there's a process of integration right here and right now taking place in your life, where all the hard work that you've done is being, you know, acknowledged. It's being healed. So there may be a little bit of sadness, of releasing, you know, and that's natural. Allow yourself to go through any kind of purge, any kind of emotional release that needs to take place. Let go of any control, any anxiety, or any fears that you may have, and just allow the healing to come in, okay? And focus on being right here in the present moment with yourself, comforting yourself, doing things that make you feel good, engaging in the present moment. Yeah, because things are changing, and you're being asked to have faith and have confidence in yourself and the work that you have done, and that you may not be seeing things taking place right in this moment, but they will be. The light's going to come through, and the light's going to bring in new opportunities. It's going to help guide you to your purpose, to your destiny, to what you're meant to be doing in this new skin, this new version of yourself here. Okay, let me get a few of these cards real quick, and then, actually, no, let's do a little bit of tarot for you. Guidance for pile number 1, please. What is next on the journey for them? Pile number 1. Alright, let's see what we have. We have the 7 of air. Okay. Awareness, caution, consequences. Okay. So with this one, this is usually about things happening behind the scenes that you're not aware of. You also have the Knight of Earth. Yeah, this is the Knight of Earth is somebody who's worked really, really hard. They have put in the work. They're unafraid to do the work. They tend to the soil. You know, they plant the seeds. They weed. So this is you. There's things taking place behind the scenes that you not be aware of due to the work that you've been putting in. We have the Lovers, relationship, emotions, and choices. Wise Counselor. Belonging, learning, traditions. The Ace of Earth, which is the Ace of Pentacles. And the 7 of air. Moving on, and there's a new opportunity that's coming in. So with the Lovers, so some of you, this may be a relationship that you're having to let go of, a relationship that you are moving on from. You've had to say goodbye. Maybe there was like a little bit of controlling in the relationship. And I feel like, yeah, you've learned to step into your power of self-worth, self-love. And you are learning that the love that you give to yourself is going to be the type of relationship that you end up attracting to yourself. With the 6 of air, this is, you know, moving on, relief, hope, setting sail on a new adventure, a new beginning. And you have the Ace of Earth, which is a new beginning card, a new opportunity, new resources. This can also be a new career, a new opportunity that starts to bring and generate the abundance. After there's been this release, okay, because we have the fall here and we have the leaves. So when something ends, something new can begin, okay? And we have the wise counselor. What is this? This is the in the traditional tarot. I can't think of the name. It is the, hang on, let me look. It's not the Emperor. If y'all know, y'all can comment below. You may be faster. Let me see. The Hierophant, thank you. Which is a teacher. You know, it's also, oops, sorry for bumping the table. Learning, you know, the wisdom, and we have all these different symbols here. So I feel like your guides, there may be some old patterns, old relationships, you know, just old beliefs that you had to let go of. Yeah, that's it. You had to let go of some old beliefs about your worth. Yeah, and that's why it can be, you know, hard to let go and hard to move on, but hold steady in your sense of worth and integrity, which your initial card that drew you into this reading. So this ended up turning into a relationship coming through here, and learning to move on and know that everything's going to work out for you in the end. And there's some new choices in a relationship coming in, somebody new coming into your life that's going to make you feel more balanced, more loved, more connected to your truth. You know, it's going to make your inner child feel safe, feel loved, feel appreciated. You're going to be able to let your hair down, laugh, play, have some fun, go on adventures together, which is ultimately what you want. But I feel like you had to let go of some old patterns, old beliefs. Encourage yourself, build up your self-esteem, your confidence in who you are, loving yourself as the goddess, the god that you are, so that you can attract a more balanced, more harmonious partner in your life, where you feel more supported, more loved, where they take responsibility for their choices. They're not going around sneaking behind your back and doing things to betray you or betray your heart. Yeah. Okay, so that took a turn, didn't it? All right, so let's see. The tarot cards reveal a lot, you know. Usually I try to remember to put them in my readings, but I always end up getting the cards I always pull, and I always forget to grab the tarot. All right, so let's see. You have community with the B. You're a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. Okay, so yeah, I feel like you're going to be attracting people who are right for you, people who resonate with you. They're on the same page, you know, whether this is friendship or partnership, because of the hard work. You're not afraid to do the work, and because of that, you're going to attract people who vibe with you, people who resonate with this new version of yourself that you're stepping into. And look, you have the freedom horse, and this reminds me of the fire horse, right? So this is the year of the blazing, the new trails, new paths forward, the ending of the old. So some of you, like, this may have been very abrupt, very sudden in your life, because that's what the fire horse is going to do. It's not a calming energy. This is going to be one that's very quick. It's going to be straight to the point, and it's going to force us to move and free ourselves from old relationships, old patterns, old versions of ourselves, so that we can step into our true self, our higher self, right? The highest version of ourself. This also reminds me of the Star card. And it says, your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. Okay, so with this card coming through, I feel like you're just being asked to trust, have faith, surrender, allow yourself to be guided, walk away from the past, walk away from this relationship. Trust that the winds of change are guiding you into the direction of your dreams, into this passionate relationship that you deserve, okay? Okay, you guys, this is what's next for you. You are going to be stepping onto a path of new opportunities, new abundance, new relationships, new passion in your life, stronger connection with your true self, a new version of yourself that feels more empowered, more confident, more self-aware, feeling more, having higher value for who you are and your own self-worth, okay? And you're going to be attracting people into your life, partnerships, relationships with people who resonate and vibe with this new version of yourself, okay? All right, you guys, thank you all so much for being here with me today. I'm sending y'all lots of love. Comment below if you feel like sharing your story, or just let me know that this was your reading. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. Welcome, pile number 2. Y'all were drawn to this card with the Petrified wood. This card here is the 7 of air. And this individual here, I feel like there's something with your truth, learning your truth, maybe learning to communicate your truth, to speak on your truth, your wisdom. I feel like you're a very old soul, very wise soul, very connected to your ancestors and the higher realms. We have all these stars, and you have the sword of truth that's hanging from the neck here. Yeah, there's something about communicating the truth from your heart, your wisdom, your truths. I feel like you're somebody who's very studious. You've learned a lot. We have this individual who's holding a book as well as the prayer beads here. So I feel like you have a strong connection to the higher realms, to your spiritual truth, to ancient wisdom, and there's something that you're meant to communicate with the air element here. And we have this open third eye, very strong connection within, yeah, to your higher self here with the wings. So let's see what's next for you. What's next for this wise soul that you are? We have the house mouse. This came out in pile number 1. Some of you may have come over from pile number 1. Some of you may have messages there. Just only if you were drawn to number 1 and you chose pile number 2. So house mouse says, you know the things you are capable of, but are you confident in leaning into that belief? So I feel like you're being asked to be confident in your truth and sharing your wisdom. What else do we have? Truth be told. Wow. Speaking from your heart. Yeah, it's taking the mask off and allowing yourself to share your wisdom, to open your heart, to free yourself, to spread the truth, share the love with the world here. Card number 5. So we have a 9 and a 5. The end of an old version of yourself and stepping into this new version. So we have a lot of change, life lessons, stepping into your authenticity. What else do we have? We have cleanup. Okay. So confirmation about things falling away, the end of a cycle. You may be being asked to cleanse your aura, to cut cords here to the past or to the old versions of self. Yeah, and we have this, I'm going to assume it's a deer. It has all these, the horns. Its rack is pretty well developed. So again, strong connection to the higher realms, very solid connection, very grounded. This is a card number 3, 21, which is a 3, expansion, growth, communication, cycles. Ooh, and you have inspiration. See, yeah. This is Hathor. I'm not quite sure who this one is, but I know Hathor. Very abundant goddess. Oh, it says it's Isis. Oh, sorry. That looked like Hathor to me with the horns here. Okay, it says, Isis, goddess of magic, I ask thee to bring your inspiration to me. Okay, and it's card number 19, which is a 10, which ultimately is a 1, new beginnings, new cycles, a new path. And then you have imagination. And we have the third eye here. Imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. So something that you're meant to create, something you're meant to share. You're meant to share your wisdom, your truths, being your authentic self, something that you're meant to communicate. You're meant to share your wisdom, maybe your spiritual findings. Share your heart, your truth. Clean it up here. Maybe you're meant to share, this is the old patterns, old cycles, the old versions of, living in society and stuff. I feel like, maybe you're meant to be an inspiration for others, like the way that you see things, the way that you express yourself, the way that you see the world. You're meant to be sharing that with others. Truth be told, you're meant to communicate something. Maybe you're meant to write a book. Maybe you're meant to paint. Maybe you're meant to do something in social media, or maybe you create creative content, you're a content creator. Maybe you do create movies or, I don't know, something of that nature where you're meant to be seen, you're meant to communicate and share your wisdom and to open everyone else up to seeing the truth, to taking the mask off and to step into their authenticity. Into like a new version of themselves, a higher version of themselves, and you're meant to inspire and guide. Ooh. Okay, so you have the mystery. Let's see what else is next. We have rest, isolation. Okay, so eyes closed, and this individual, the eyes are, I can't really tell if they're closed. There's not even like eyeballs at all. It's just like white. So perhaps the eyes are closed. You're meant to go within and to be inspired, to connect to the inner realms more. I feel like your guides in this message that's coming through, if you are unsure of what it is you're meant to share, spend some time alone. Take some time to meditate, to go within, to seek the answers to your questions. Oh, I'm gonna pause. The goats are coming. Okay. The goats have moved on. So, I also feel like there may be an untruth that needs to be cleansed with clean it up. There needs to be something, an illusion or belief system that you may hold within, which is why you have the sword of truth here. There may be something in the mind that needs a tune-up, that needs to be released, that needs to be cleansed, healed, transformed, removed, so that the truth, so that your heart can be set free. So there may be a pattern, an old cycle, old wound that needs healing, that needs insight, and you need to take the time to go within, to connect into the heart space, to your center, to awaken to this truth. Yeah, it has something to do with the belief system that needs to be released and healed. Oh, we have dream messages. Okay, so again, eyes closed. Definitely being asked to meditate, to take some time to isolate, rest, go within, to open to the divine, listen to your heart, listen to the messages that are coming in. There's something that's going to be communicated to you from your spirit guides, from the higher realms. There may be signs, messages coming through in your dreams. We have Pluto letting go. Thank you for that confirmation here. So we have something that needs to be let go of, released, transformed, so that you can attain the mastery from this lesson, from this experience. Illusions. Okay, this is what needs to be let go of. That is what was coming through for me too. There's something that needs to be released, something in the mind, a perspective that you have, a belief that you have, an old pattern, old wound that needs to be cleansed. And then we have Jupiter with taking action. This is the planet of expansion, growth, adventure, new opportunities, and fortune. So there's magic in the mystery, in the unveiling, in the unknown, in the rediscovering of the truth here. And this is what needs to be released so that you can move forward, so that you can turn the page and begin a new cycle. Yeah, this is what's next for you. You need to take action. You need to go and taking action as far as going within, and this is what needs to be removed. You know, cut the cords to the past of this experience, of this belief system. And in this release, in this transformation, you're going to be inspired to share that truth, to share your wisdom, and to create from that experience. Okay, Jupiter. You know, Jupiter is a planet of good luck, you know, abundance and prosperity, moving forward, adventures, opportunities, good fortune, you know, passions and growth. Yes. You got to shed this illusion here. Or maybe that's what you're meant to teach. You're meant to teach others how to shed their belief systems, you know, and how to go within and tune into the higher realms, and to meditate, to seek connection, deeper connection within their own beings, you know, and how to expand on that connection, to expand their limiting belief systems, to let go, to move on, to transform, and to, you know, take on their true power, their true sense of authority and independence, to be able to take their mask off, to be their true, authentic selves. Yeah, that's what you're here to inspire others because of the work that you do with yourself. And because of that work, that's what's giving you the wisdom to be able to teach it and share it and communicate it with others. Again, we got these two. All right, let's get a few tarot. This one just flew. Get two more. Let's see. What's next for pile number 2? Here we go. We'll take those. We have the 4 of Air, meditation, recuperation, contemplation. All right. Take some time out to meditate, to find your sense of center, to connect to your inner peace. And look, we have the 10 of water. This is love, blessings, family, happy life. You know, what would make you happy? What's going to bring that sense of happiness and emotional fulfillment? And you have 9 of earth. Wow. Contentment, independence, luxury. This is the enjoying. Contemplation about what would make you feel secure, what would make you feel abundant, what would make you feel content and happy in your life. And then we have the Page of Fire. This is the one that jumped on the floor. Yeah, and let that motivate you. This is a card of motivation, creative inspiration, get enthusiastic. Yeah, this is about manifesting, using your imagination to manifest your dream life, to live the life that you want to create for yourself. Ooh. Okay, pile number 2. Yes. All right, with these tarot cards and your oracle cards that came out, the message coming through now is to spend more time meditating, contemplating, you know, the things that will excite you, things that will make you feel more enjoyment in your life. What is your dream life? You know, how do you see yourself living? We have these two rainbows coming through. That is such a spiritual blessing. Blessings coming in from the higher realms, wanting you to create this for yourself, wanting you to be more independent and find that happy, you know, happy ending that we're all looking for. You have the Page of Water. Okay, 2 pages coming through. Pages are about, you know, the work, beginning something new stages, you know, of growth, of having come through, you know, the minor arcana, the, you know, aces through the tens. We're now in the Page, and you have the fire and the water. So I feel like this is the younger versions of your masculine and feminine energies, you know, where they've gone through the healing journey, and now they're in this place of creation. You know, okay, now we've done the work. What is it that we want to create for yourself, you know? And with the Page of Water, we have sensitivity, you know, being open-hearted, connecting to your intuition, you know, and we have this fish in the cup, you know, it's fish, what is it? Fish, I got my wish, you know, the, what is that? Crazy Eights, is that the, no, goldfish, fish. You all know the card game I'm talking about. It's been a long time since I've played that with my kids. But you know, when you get the, you're asking for, you know, the other partner, do you have a 3? And they say no, and you have to draw a card from the pile, and the card that you draw is what you are asking for. And so you say, fish, I got my wish. Oh, it's goldfish, that's it. That's the name of the card game, Goldfish. So, and it's about making a wish and going after it, you know, and knowing that you're going to be receiving that. And we have these feathers that are illuminated here. So I feel like, yeah, the angelic realm, your guides, they're rooting for you. They're wanting you to feel more empowered, to open your heart, and to go after your dreams and your desires. We have the 5 of Water, which is the 5 of Cups, and the 8 of Fire, and then the 5 of Earth. Okay, yeah, you're walking away from, these are the patterns, the beliefs, disappointment, brokenheartedness, things not working out, regrets, disappointments, lack, worry, feeling left out in the cold, not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy enough. And you have the 8 of Fire, and this is fast-paced movement, things moving at a fast pace, moving on from these experiences, moving on from these illusions, and stepping onto this path here, letting this go. This is what's transforming. This is what's being released. This is what needs to be healed and transformed, so that you can step onto this path where your dreams and your wishes are coming through, where you're motivated, you're to create this, to receive this abundance, to receive this love, this connection that's waiting for you. I mean, this is like happy life up here, right? Who doesn't want the 10 of Water? That's like a wishes coming true. And then the Knight of Earth, this is the card of luxury, you know, enjoying everything that you've created in your life. This is a beautiful reading. Okay, I got a few more cards for you. Let me do 2 of these real quick. Ooh. Okay, we have the Cat with Independent. You're a natural leader. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. Wow. So I feel like this is just breaking down the beginning of your reading right here. You know, you are a strong, independent person. You're meant to be a leader. You have a strong connection to the higher realms, to your intuition, and you're not afraid to take off the mask and be your true self and to speak your truth. And because of that, you're going to be supported in every way in the physical realm here. Let's get get you another one. Oops. Okay, so we have personal choice. Wow. Close your eyes. What animal do you imagine? What strengths are they known for? What wisdom do they share? Embrace these qualities. Ooh, okay, so personal choice. This is like a fish got my wish card, right? This is personal choice. What do you connect with, you know? And this is a strong connection to your personal animal guide, your animal totem. There may be one that you've carried around with you through your whole life, and they've been what's empowering you to stand in your truth, to stand in your authenticity, to be courageous. And they've been guiding you this whole time. You have a strong connection to the animal kingdom with this coming through here too. So, and it's also just confirmation about what it is that you want to create in your life, to take some time to contemplate, to rest, to spend some time in meditation, in isolation, connecting to your guides, connecting to your dreams, listening to the signs, and then visualizing, fantasizing about what it is that you want to have in your life, and then taking creative action when you are inspired to. Okay? All right, pile number 2. What a beautiful reading. This is what's next on the path for you. If this reading resonated with you, I would love to hear from you in the comments below if you feel like sharing your story, or just let me know that this was your reading. I'm sending y'all lots of love. Take care. Have a blessed day. Hi, pile number 3. Y'all were drawn to this card of destiny with the Rhodochrosite. And what I was looking at in this image is we have the Stonehenge here with the sun showing through, and typically that only happens when there's an eclipse. So, which is so wild. But at the time I'm doing this reading, we're 3 days past the eclipse, the solar eclipse. So it's pretty wild that this card came through, and it's the card of destiny. So I feel like your destiny is being activated right now. Your soul purpose, your soul calling, connection to the higher realms, your wisdom, the higher truths, seeing things from a higher perspective here, strong connection to your higher self. Yeah, and I feel like you are definitely protected. Definitely wise old soul, heart. The Rhodochrosite, I love this crystal. This one helps us connect to our true, authentic selves. It helps us to reach and heal the deepest aspects of our being. And I am not sure what this little, it kind of looks like a golden egg that's wrapped in, I don't even know what this is, but there's something that's surrounding the golden egg. I feel like there's something about the truth coming through. All right, let's see. What do your oracle cards want to say? We have darker days of winter. I must seek to befriend the hidden parts of self, the darkness that embraces the whole of who I am. The dark days of winter. We have the eclipse. The hidden parts of self. And the whole part. Yeah. You're awakening to your true self, to your destiny. That's what you're stepping into. That's what's next, is awakening to those hidden parts of who you really are. We have chop wood. Look at that door opening up. Chop wood. I'm going to have to look at that one. We have the yin. Beautiful. We have exchanging gifts. Chop wood. I That's the work. Working to provide. We have this broom that's standing tall. Okay, give me just a second to get this book. I have to remember what this oracle card here is. 2 seconds, pardon me. So chop wood is about trimming off parts of yourself that no longer reflect the version of you who you are today. You know, the old beliefs, old narratives, old habits, old behaviors, things that represented like old versions of yourself. So I feel like this eclipse season is having you tap into deeper versions of yourself, your true self, and learning to shed what no longer serves you. You know, it's like trimming the dead weight. Kind of think like, you know, in the winter and everything, when the trees, they all, you know, the energy retreats into the soil to nurture the roots and everything. And so what needs to fall away, you know, the leaves, there's parts of the stems, the branches, some of them just the energy dries up in that area, and eventually it becomes very, you know, like dead wood. And when we have some of these harsh winters, some of those dead limbs will end up falling away naturally on their own. So I feel like right now, especially with the yin card coming through, you're being asked to take some time to just nurture yourself, nurture this, because right now we're still in the middle of winter. Let's see, we're maybe about 2 weeks out from the peak of winter. So we got about a month to go. So we're still in the process of, you know, retreat, rest, inner reflection, still learning to let go of last year, the previous year, old habits, relationships, things that need to fall away, lessons that we learned from the following year, so that we can take the wisdom from those experiences and bringing it forward. So right now, what's next for you, though? I mean, I'm not sure too quite just yet, but right now you're in this process of cleansing, of healing, of shedding, releasing, nurturing the self right now, deciding what needs to come forward and what needs to be released, you know, tapping into the roots of who you are, your true self, your true identity, embracing those aspects and letting go of what's no longer beneficial for you going forward. You know, you have card number 42, a 6, that's like the card of love, you know, learning to love yourself, to nurture yourself at this moment in time, acting on things that make you feel happy, that make you feel loved, that make you feel supported and nurtured at this moment in time. And we have card number 2, you know, having a healthy partnership with yourself, thinking positive thoughts, you know, focusing on what it is you want to bring into your reality. And you have exchanging gifts coming through as well. Yeah, as you release and let go, you will step into this new version of yourself. See how she's like coming out of the box here, coming out of the box that you may put yourself in, and freeing yourself, learning to be more independent. This could be old belief systems, maybe of how somebody else made you believe who you were. You know, maybe this is about letting go of approval so that you can step into your true authentic self, healing and overcoming, you know, the shadow. Maybe some of you have felt like the black sheep of the family because you do things differently, you see things differently, you love differently, and that's what needs to be let go of. That's what needs to be trimmed, cut away, so that you can nurture this beautiful version of yourself that's ready to be released, to step forward. Yeah, card number 27, this is a 9, the end of a cycle, stepping into your purpose here. We have a little kitty cat. Is that a kitty cat? I'm not sure what that is. It kind of looks like a cheetah with the markings here. We have 21, sensuality, your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. Yeah, spend some time taking care of yourself right now, okay? Because you're doubling up on this, learning to love yourself, to enjoy life, to take care of yourself, spend some time resting. Ooh, and you have prosperity. As this tree grows strong, so fine, so may I prosper from the universal divine. Okay, and so with this yin, it kind of looks like a it's like a cup, a chalice, a vessel, exchanging gifts. We have prosperity. Receiving. You're going to be receiving something. Ooh, yes, okay. That's why you're being asked to take care of yourself, to be the receiver. You're about to be receiving something. That's what's next for you. And you're being asked to take care of yourself, nurture yourself, release any fears, any doubts you have about not being good enough, because there's something coming in for you. And just enjoy taking some time to relax, comfort yourself, love and nurture yourself, embracing yourself, tapping into that receptivity so that this beautiful abundance and prosperity can come into your life. Yeah, look at the light coming in on this one here, and it's a door, an opportunity, a new beginning. This transformation, because we see no wood here. It's like the work has been done. We have the broom that's standing up tall on its own, you know. It's like letting your work speak for itself. Okay. So you have anger, confidence, trust, cleanse, what's the other one? And caution. Okay. Yeah, you may be like, you know, frustrated that things are moving the way that they are. Perhaps there's frustration in what you're having to let go and leave behind, but it's necessary. And now it's not a time to rush, to push forward. You know, and there may be some things that you are upset about, and sometimes our anger is, you know, it's valid. It's not something that we need to deny. But we also have trust and cleanse and caution here. So this is about having patience, release any urgency to take action or to try to make something happen. Right now is a time for you to pull back, to rest, to be on the receiving end, to cleanse any fears, any doubts that you have, and to lean into this trust and have confidence that everything is working out and that everything will work out. That this prosperity that you've been manifesting, that you've been working your way towards receiving, is going to come in. Trust that the manifestation is on its way. I feel like, yeah, you've done the work, you've set the intention, you've put your vision out there, but now we just have to trust and be on that receiving end, and to know that everything is coming in, and to take your attention, take your focus away from, you know, needing to see the manifestation. There's a need to release your attachment to the manifestation and allow it to bloom naturally on its own, okay? Okay, yeah, I feel like, yeah, there's a dream, something that you've been wanting to create, and you're being asked to step into that heart chakra so that you can be open and receptive. We have temptation, self-deception, yeah. Let's see what else we have. Stability, toxicity, and the sun. Okay. All right, so there may be doubt, there may be feelings of fear, wondering if you've made the right choice, there can be, stay away from those types of energies or thoughts, because they're only going to block and prolong the receiving of this blessing, of this opportunity, okay? You're being asked to step into divine flow, to surrender, to have trust, it's like, think of somebody being like thrown in the river, and the water's moving, it's flowing, and like they're trying to struggle against the flow of the river, and it's easier to just roll over on your back, to surrender to the flow and allow yourself to be carried through the current, instead of trying to struggle to fight the direction of where you're going. You're being asked to just trust and flow through any stress that may be coming up in your life right now, and to empower yourself, to open your heart, to have more compassion, to see the truth of the situation, to allow yourself to surrender, to be guided. I love that we have this card coming through here with the water. Everything is coming full circle for you, and it will, but you have to lean into your courage, into your heart. Trust that that everything is coming in, that it will come in. You have to eliminate any beliefs, any doubts that you have about not being worthy or not being good enough of receiving this abundance or this relationship, this freedom that you're wanting to have, to receive. Yeah, your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. Surrender, pile number 3. Trust and know that everything is working out for you. Let go of any fears, any old patterns, any old wounds that you have, any dramas or any self-doubts, any limiting beliefs that you may have. That's what needs to be trimmed, needs to be released, needs to be healed, so that you can be more open and receptive to receiving this beautiful blessing, okay? To receiving your destiny. I mean, it's part of your destiny to have this prosperity. Like, it's already written in the stars, in the Akashic records. You're meant to be like, I feel like it's financial freedom here. But you have to release in order to receive. That's the exchanging of gifts. You have to surrender something. You have to sacrifice something in order to receive it. And so definitely you want to sacrifice these old beliefs, these old limiting beliefs of doubt or insecurity that makes you feel like you're not good enough, and that it's not going to happen, or that it's never going to work. Because those could be the blockages that are preventing you from flowing and moving forward and trusting. It's the belief is seeing and not the other way around. And some people like, I'll believe it when I see it, but you have to believe in order to see it. You have to trust and have faith that everything is moving in the direction you want, even though we can't see it at the moment. It's like you have to trust that the plant is still alive, that the tree is still alive, even though on the surface it appears that there's no leaf, there's no growth, the energy is not present. It's because it's internal. It's working on the roots. The roots are expanding. The roots are being nurtured. The energy's withdrawn and gone within, so that what's no longer going to serve the growth moving forward can be trimmed and pruned, so that come springtime, the new buds can emerge, the energy can resurface, and it can grow to full bloom, okay? So just because you can't see it doesn't mean that it's not there and that things aren't moving forward. All right, we're going to get a couple of tarot. Pile number 3, what's new? What's next for pile number 3? So you have the 8 of Earth coming through, and this is about, you know, paying attention to details, educating yourself, focus. Maybe there's been too much focus. Yeah, we have the 7 of Fire, challenge, determined, resistance. Yeah, you've been focusing too hard on trying to make it happen. And your guidance is to let go, to surrender, and to trust, you know. We have the Chariot coming through. Things are moving forward, okay? And you have the King of Fire, which is the King of Wands. Very empowered. We have the Ace of Water. Nice. And we have the 3 of Air, which is the 3 of Swords. Yeah, there's something that needs to be healed. The heartache, something that needs to be released, forgiven. And we have the Ace of Water. So there is this new, this healing that's being offered here. Yeah, you're gonna be victorious. You know, you just have to surrender. See, her arms are opened up. She's letting go of the wheel, letting go of the need to like control, you know. And with the King of Fire, this is somebody who knows their worth. They know their potential. They know they can create. This is a master of the mind here. And look at this tree. See how it's in like full bloom? I love that that came through. Very wise, innovative, knowing that, you know, yeah, everything's going to be okay. And we have this, this is like this, a new birth here, a new beginning. Emotions, relationships, and intuition. This is healing of the heart, healing of the inner child here. So there may have been times where you felt abandoned. This is abandonment wounds, lack wounds, things like that, that needs to be released. And that's why you need to nurture, come in and nurture that aspect, release these fears, surrender to the divine, to the situation, let go of needing to control, to keep driving the engine, so to say, you know. Allow yourself to go with the flow, to trust, to know that everything's going to work out. Okay, I got 2 more cards for you guys, and then we'll close the reading. What's next for pile number 3? Okay. Okay, so we have Keeper of the Secrets with the links. Take time out from the world. Be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowledge. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. Beautiful confirmation here. Taking time to nurture yourself, to be more observant of your thoughts, of the patterns, any fears, any doubts that are coming in, and to step into your strength. Some of you may have had to feel like you have to defend yourself against maybe other people's perceptions, or maybe other people's, you know, maybe wanting you to be in a certain career, a certain position in your life, or a certain status, and wanting to, you know, question why you're not at a certain phase of your life, and needing, you know, them wanting you to, you know, do better than what you are. And I feel like you may have had to defend yourself, and I feel like this is like you're steering the ship. You're the one who you're living your life for yourself, not for everyone else, you know, and doing the things that make you happy, that bring you to life, is going to be more beneficial for the collective than you doing and working at a job that provides an income, but it doesn't light you up. It doesn't make you feel enjoyment and pleasure in life. You know, it's just what you got to do or what is expected of you. And I feel like that's what needs to be, you know, that you need to just be doing what makes you feel good at this moment in time in your life. Perhaps it's something that you may have done in the past, you know, living up to other people's standards of what, you know, happiness looks like, what, you know, that status, social standings and beliefs, you know, old patterns, maybe wanting approval from family or society, whatever the case may be. But I feel like that's what needs to be perhaps released. Trying to force yourself to fit into a standard or a box that's not fitting for you. You know, it's not really your truth. It doesn't bring you joy. It doesn't make you feel happy in life. And here's the thing, if you're not living a life with joy and happiness, you're not doing any good for yourself or for the collective, you know. We need higher vibrations. We need loving vibrations. We need people who are doing the things that they enjoy doing, because that puts a higher vibration of love and, you know, happiness and healing into the world. And that's what we need more of. So we don't need, you know, people just like, I hate my life. I hate, you know, doing this, but it just pays my bills. That's not, you know, bringing higher vibrations to us or to you in your life. So it's really assessing what it is that makes you happy. We have the Old Soul with Black Jaguar. Walk through life with confidence and grace. You have the power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want and create your dreams. Thank you for that confirmation. You are an old soul. You have a lot of ancient wisdom here. And you're meant to be creating your dreams, creating your wildest dreams and living that. Not, you know, living up to other people's standards. And you're being asked to walk with confidence. Walk around with your head up high. Believe in yourself. And you have Authentic Penguin. Reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself. I love that. Confirmation here. There may be like family pressure, you know, for you to be and perform a certain kind of way. And that's what needs to be released, you know, so that you can step onto your true path. Maybe this is what caused a little bit of heartache and heartbreak or made you doubt yourself. This is what needs healing and forgiveness so that you can step into your true, to your destiny. You know, take some time out to nurture yourself, nurture your inner child here, nurture some emotions, old emotions that have to do with lack or not feeling good enough or deserving something, deserving, you know, prosperity, because there's a little bit of a lack of fear here and a little bit of anger. So, but once you do this, spend some time nurturing yourself, you know, contemplating what is it that will make you, that will set you free, you know, what's going to help you, what's the seeds you want to plant, what do you want to nurture, and let go of what isn't serving you, what's not making you feel happy, what's not tapping you into your authenticity here, you know, and living a life that brings joy and pleasure, laughter, play into your life, you know, and you can be successful at doing what it is that you love. You just have to believe in that and nurture that gift, okay? Okay, pile number 2. Hope this reading makes sense. I hope it helps you. This is what's next on the path for you. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Comment below if you feel like sharing your story, or just let me know how this reading resonated with you. I'm sending you all lots of love. Y'all take care and have a blessed day.